So you have probably logged on to this video wondering how much car exactly should you be buying? Well, guess what? You logged on to the right video and you logged on to a guy that doesn't talk for hours on end, showing you a bunch of infographics and pictures that have nothing to do with the topic at hand. What is happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting, and in the description below you're going to find various resources to help you not only get the very best price on a brand new car, but you'll be able to check out insurance rates as well as get your auto credit scores. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Now, in the United States, people are buying cars and people are making a little bit of money. The average income in the United States last year was about $50,000, slightly under, but let's call it $50K for the age group 25 to 45. And what I want to do is break down dollar per dollar what people are doing exactly in terms of what their purchases have been looking like, what their leases have been looking like, and let's divide it up a little bit per dollar earned yearly. So in the United States, the average lease payment was about $450. The average purchase, the finance payment, was about $575, with the average finance coming in at around 71 months. In essence, about 6 years, as opposed to the traditional 5-year loan that you might be accustomed to. Not a good sign. So we've got an average yearly income of about $50,000. We've got an average lease at $450 and an average finance at $575. Now, before we go any further, I do want to tell you everybody's situation might be a little bit different, and these are averages based off of sort of what the credit bureaus and the banks have been approving. However, you want to keep in mind some people have more savings than others. Some people are living more paycheck to paycheck than others. So keep that in mind when you're making your own personal decision. Now, just dividing this whole thing up, we've got $450 as the average lease payment. Divide that up by the $50,000 on average that these people are making. That equals to 0.009. So you'd, in essence, however much money you make per year, you'd have to multiply that by 0.009 so you can figure out exactly what the average lease payment would be like for somebody in your yearly income bracket. So let's say you make, I don't know, $20,000 per year. 0.009 times $20,000, and that would give me a $180 lease payment. That seems like a little bit too much. Now let's figure out what that would look like on a purchase. Now, 575 divided by 50,000, and we got 0.0115, and we multiply that again against $20,000, and we've got 230 as being our purchase payment. Yeah, it still seems a little bit high, but that doesn't seem as bad, because at the very least, you're doing a better thing for your financial stability, so that at the very least in 6 years you won't have to have an auto loan payment. However, you probably will have some repairs and maintenance that you're taking care of, and chances are your car is probably going to be a lot more worn down, and chances are you probably have a better job by then. So let's look at what people that have $100,000 salaries are leasing out cars for on average. If they are, they probably aren't, because they're probably making a lot more financially sound moves. However, let's just say we're taking that original 0.009 and multiplying it against their yearly income. 100,000 times 0.009, $900 as their yearly lease payment. Let's take 0.0115, multiply it against 100,000, gets me to $1,150 as the monthly finance payment if they're financing it at 72 months. Now, I do want to just remind you, the calculation that I just pulled off might not work for everybody. You might have a lot more in expenses than the average person, but keep in mind, these figures that were used as averages, using the average income and the average auto loan and lease averages, again, by experience. So in essence, what I'm doing is I'm giving you what the average person can afford, is currently affording. So you may want to just take into account that you may not be an average person. You may be better. Want to remind you guys, links in the description below as far as shopping around for the very best deal, getting auto insurance rates, as well as your auto credit scores. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.